objectives of these workshops that we are organizing in the Western Pacific with fleets that operate in the Western Pacific is to learn from fishers first which type of FADs they are using, which are the different alternatives, biodegradable alternatives. We want to modify the FAD structure to decrease or reduce the impact on the ecosystem of these FAD structures. And we need to share with fishers their knowledge and which difficulties they can advance on finding new materials for biodegradable FADs. And also because in the Western Pacific there are not trials at sea yet, we are trying to see how we could test biodegradable FADs there with the help of fishers. Some of the objectives are, for instance, knowing now which type of materials they are using to build their FADs, their fish aggregating devices, if they use, or how much plastic they use, or how much biodegradable material, and to understand better how FADs are done nowadays.
The typical materials used for making FADs currently are nets that are waste nets and disposed nets that vessels take out of the vessel after they change the new net. They use these discarded nets with a small mesh size to make new FADs made out of net material, corks, chains, and wire rope. And they use bamboo and palm leaves. Some fleets are using salt sacks cut into strips tied up to the FADs. And some fleets are also using different colored strips that they believe that attract fish.
Are you still using this type of FAD? Like it's like a kite. Are you using this type? For anchored FAD. I was thinking about the blender attract tuna a lot, but this is not a biodegradable FAD. So.
But do you think this could be done biodegradable?
It can be, but according to comments, that what is it? The smell of rubber. The rubber smell.
Also, another important objective is to know if fishers really are aware of the impact of FAD structure on the ecosystem, what they think about it.
Of course, yes, I believe there's an impact because the materials are not biodegradable. So the use of FADs and the creation of these FADs, which fleets are using more and more, I believe, is causing an impact into the oceans to create more garbage in our oceans. So.
I think there is impact, but minor comparing to other pollutants.
But I think the impact Chinese have contributed to the environment, I think, is huge, it's big, and that needed to be addressed. And those that are going to address are those that own the boats, the fishermen. They take the full responsibility to address it because they are the one fishing. Talk about whatever the method they fish, free school or by FADs. They know it better than regulators like us. So they should come forward and tell us exactly what are the best methods and best ways.
During this workshop, we also measure if fleets are prepared to move towards the use of biodegradable FADs, if they really believe they need to change, if they have the materials or they understand the importance of moving towards these biodegradable FADs.
Yeah, I think it's a move forward that the Pacific is getting ready to move into the biodegradable FADs, but it's a move that requires more research and development to figure out economically viable materials and the correct materials to use.
I think the fleets in the Pacific are more than capable. Like I said earlier, they are the one fishing. The fishermen should owe to themselves and come up with the best method.
Un coeficiente de draga, el otro tiene el coeficiente de draga perfecto. Este tiene un coeficiente de draga aceptable, pero lo bueno es que es muy fácil de transportar, de construir, barato.
We also like to know which could be the different difficulties when fishers move towards biodegradable fats. It could be finding materials or whatever. We try to advance difficulties during these workshops.
Durability once in the ocean as well as on the deck while they are on board.
Availability of the materials.
We're looking at the duration of the material that needs to use a material that can last at least 6 months before it starts to biodegrade.
Planes. I mean, you cross like these two planes, like with bamboo.
And then we have the most sustainable is the non-entangling and biodegradable.
ISSF is working now in the 3 oceans, in the Pacific, Indian and Atlantic Ocean, to find an alternative FAD structure that is made of biodegradable materials or is using less plastic. We have a project in the Atlantic where we will test around 800 FADs, biodegradable FADs, and then we have the project with the Western Pacific, with a fleet from the Western Pacific, where we will try. It's a pilot project to test 100 FADs, fish aggregating devices. And then we have a project in the Indian Ocean together with the European Union. We are collaborating with European fleets and Korean fleets there to test biodegradable FADs.